Hey, it's David Barry. I'm in Dallas, Texas. What an amazing weekend we have had here in Dallas. We're here for the ACN convention. Got a lot of great stuff. Terry's going to share with you a little bit about the ACA convention. He doesn't want to give out too much information, but boy, I tell you, the last couple of days have been amazing. It's been great to be able to spend time with my new friend Terry, and we actually did a board break, as I promised you guys back in November. And I said that Terry was going to kick cancer's butt, and he smashed it. So before we get into the board break and talk about our topic today, I thought maybe Terry could share a couple of thoughts about the ACA convention that we just went to.
Yeah, ACN provides essential services, and I work with David and Peter Pasternak, who was the lead character on 80 East Flip This House. He's still very involved in real estate, but they help set up essential services when you move, things like internet, cable. In some states, they can do gas and electric, telephone, and very soon, launching in the next week or two, will be health sharing, where they can also help you with
that was really cool.
with your health care.
Save a lot of money on health.
Save a lot of money on healthcare.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so as I mentioned, Terry, we just did a board break. I was working with him over the weekend, and I taught him how to break with a palm heel strike. And I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the video, you got to check it out. He smashed it, and really
Didn't break my hand.
he's very, very passionate about this cancer topic. So, it was kind of a rough go, but here we are. He looks so healthy. He's been doing great all weekend. I've been with him all weekend. So what did you think about the board break and kicking cancer's butt?
Oh, well, I'm thrilled about kicking cancer's butt. That was harder than the board break, but little prostate surgery, things like that. But yeah, because of a great teacher, I was able to break that board without breaking my hand
On the first try. And the true story, he first attempt, he smashed it and it went all over the floor. It was really cool. We had all the people that worked here in the hotel were watching. So we had quite an audience, and we actually got a little bit of an applause of that. But today we're actually here to talk about a topic that's becoming really, really important in America. And that is becoming an owner. I don't know if you know this, but in my market in Las Vegas, over 41% of all the homes in Las Vegas are occupied by a renter. So We're here to talk about a program where you can actually rent to own. And this has been kind of a thing about, for Terry, that he's felt pretty strongly about as well. So what has your experience been for renters? And
yeah, David, I know that a lot of people in our groups have rented most of the time, if not all the time, they've been in California because they just can't afford a home. In addition, a lot of people who own homes, they're not necessarily ready to buy in another market. Maybe they want to rent for 6 months, a year, that kind of thing, just to see if it's a good fit for them in that neighborhood. But I'm really passionate about the people who have never been able to own a home and paid exorbitant rents in California. And then they haven't been able to enjoy the beauty of home ownership. So can you start by telling us what the requirements are for this program?
Yeah, so I just got involved just recently. Within the last 6 months, I've gotten involved with a company that they're the largest rent-to-own company in America. And some people would say, oh, well, part of my rent goes towards the purchase price. And with this program, that is not the case. So the rents are extremely competitive. I've found that in my market that the rents, if you use this program that I've been working with, your rents are actually lower. But and the qualifications are pretty amazing, because I've had people that have tried to get a rental and the owners want 650 credit score or better. So with this program, Terry, it's they only have to have a credit score of 580 points. They only need household income of 45,000 per year for the whole household. Now in Las Vegas, we also have a situation where people are paying application fees of $125 with this program
to get a rental.
Yeah, per adult. Anyone that's over 18, they have to pay $125. I had one family pay $400 and they got denied. But with this program that I've been working with, it's only $35 to apply. And as long as you have good rental history and you have a good background check and you make 45,000 per year, and your credit score of all the 18 and older is 580 or better, you will get approved.
So just to explain, this is an opportunity where people can come rent a home in a market.
Yeah.
And then if they choose to, they can actually exercise the option and they can purchase the home at a future date. Is that
Yeah,
right?
and this is the amazing part is they have up to 5 years to do it.
Wow.
So for example, if they decide that they want to stay in the home for an additional year, the rent goes up about $90. So they would be paying an additional $90 on year 2, or they could just exercise their option. Now they will have to go to a lender. They're going to have to get approved, just like they would on any traditional buy. But the cool thing is they can go VA, they can go FHA, or they can go conventional.
Wow.
And so they'll have that as an option. And so what we found, Terry and I have both found this, that a lot of times people will tell us they're getting kicked out of their house. There's so much equity in the home that the person that owns the home is now selling, and people are being kicked out of their homes. So with this program, they get 5 years that they can actually stay in the home. So that's been kind of a godsend for some of my clients.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I can imagine Las Vegas is one of the top markets. What other top markets is this happening in?
Well, we are in 80 different markets. I have a little list. I'm not going to go through all 80, but Asheville, Atlanta, Austin, Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, which we're in Dallas right now, Denver, Fort Myers, Greenville, Houston, which is a couple hours south of here, Knoxville, Las Vegas, Reno, San Antonio, Tampa, and Virginia Beach, and over 80 markets across the United States. So more than likely, if you're in a large city, you're probably going to be able to use this program. And by the way, if you have questions, you can always contact me. Again, my name is David Berry, and I'm in Las Vegas. And my email is really simple. It's lasvegas@davidberryrealtor.com. And we're going to be posting that below. But this program is amazing. And I just helped in the last 4 weeks, I've helped 3 families get into a home.
Wow.
And they now have the right to buy it over the next 5 years. So they're super excited. One of my clients was screaming actually when she heard the news that she was approved. So
now, how do they go about finding the home? Is the home already picked out for them, and you say, here's the home that's for rent, or how does that work?
no, it's very similar to someone that's buying the home. You tell me, do you want 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms? Do you want 2-car garage, 3-car garage, 1-story, 2-story house? Do you want a fireplace? Do you want a swimming pool? So you give me all the parameters of the things that you really want for you and your family. And then we go out and we look. So we're going to actually go out and see the home. And then you're going to decide which one of those homes you like. And then we will submit it to the company. The company will come back. They'll say, yes, we approve that home. And then the company that I'm working with, these guys are amazing. They're so great. They will make an aggressive offer. It's usually about $10,000 to $20,000 above asking price so that they can get the home. They're very serious about doing it. So it kind of takes away the competitive nature of getting a rental, because in Las Vegas, the rentals, I've seen them where they have 20 applications on one rental. So when you go with this program, you don't have to really worry about that as much. So
and then they buy the home, that company buys the home?
They buy the home, they buy it for cash, so you won't have to be at the closing, but then once you're in the home, you have up 60 days from the date that you move in. You actually then have the ability to just contact the company, say, hey, I want to exercise my option. We have the approval and you can buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool, really cool.
And is there a price levels that people buy at?
Well, in my market, the cap is 500,000, and on a $500,000 home in Las Vegas, your rent is going to be around $2,400 a month, which is really actually very low. We had a house that sold for $335,000. That rent was $2,000, and then I actually had one that was $415,000, and that rent was $2,000 a month. And there's a lot of factors that go into this. There's HOA fees that they take into consideration, there's tax rates, there's different things. So you may find that you might actually get more of a home and pay less in rent depending on where it is. And as a licensed realtor in Las Vegas, I'll be able to help you to find those kind of homes where you can get more house for less money in rent, and then you'll have the ability to buy it. Funny story, I'm here with a friend of mine in Dallas. I just had lunch with him. He actually said that he had a client that bought a house at $400,000 about a year and a half ago. So now they're eligible to buy that house. That house is now worth $650,000. So they have the option. And the coolest thing about this program is once you get in the house, the numbers are locked in, so they can't
Okay.
change it. They can't go, oh, well, the house has changed in value. So they're very upfront with you, so you know exactly what you're getting into and why.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so you can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house in Las Vegas for 500,000?
You can, yeah, there's tons of them, 4-bedroom,
Okay.
3-bath, runs around 480.
Okay,
And your rent, you're looking at about $2,400 a month in rent.
that's
And then you
great.
have the option to buy it later on.
That's great. And
Yeah.
is it pretty easy to buy the house? I mean, if assuming you qualify?
As long as you qualify, you have the first right of refusal and you will be getting that house.
So they can't sell it out from under you.
They
can't.
cannot, absolutely not. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's another really cool thing about this program. So
That's awesome. Well, that's great, David. Anything else you want to add before we go?
just the fact that it's just been great to spend time with Terry. If for those of you that haven't got a chance to know him, like I got to over the weekend to get to know this man, just a one-on-one time with him has been amazing, to hear a lot of his life stories and to get to know him and to have some bonding time. I knew that we were going to be friends back when we started talking about breaking this board and kicking cancer's butt. And it's just been a great weekend. And I look forward to many more weekends like this.
I've enjoyed it.
Thank you
too.
so much for inviting me out here.
Of course.
I loved everything I learned about ACN and, just, really what me and Terry do, it's pretty obvious. We like to help people.
That's right.
We help people. He's been helping people get out of California and his group is exploding. I mean, it's crazy. And I actually live in Las Vegas, which is right next door to California. So I go to California a lot. But what's happening in California is it's such a shame because it's such a great state. And we're not here to tell you whether you should or you shouldn't, but we're here to tell you that if you want to go or if you want to explore your options, we certainly can give you options and we can educate you and help you to make a good decision on that.
And that would also include people who aren't looking to rent, right? People who have the cash and want to buy a house.
Absolutely.
You can help them with that also.
Oh,
in
for
Las
sure.
Vegas.
Yeah, I help people with that. I actually buy and sell houses. So whatever real estate you need, I would love to help you if you're thinking about the Southern Nevada market. So,
Awesome. All right, David. It's been great.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Great.
you.
Have a
All
great
right.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye.